friends, I'm back to talk about another book that I have finished reading. This one is Not That Kind of a Girl by Lena Dunham. And I struggled with this book. It could be, so I started reading this book in the beginning of summer, I feel like, and it took me a very long time to finish. Maybe because after the car accident, it was really difficult to read because my brain hurt. And then it was just a struggle. So I like this book. So let me just try to get more clear. So I like this book and I didn't like this book. A little background. So I have never seen Girls. I don't know what that's about. So I don't know. So I didn't really know who this was. I picked this book because of the cover, because when I'm doing things that may be of questionable nature, I always say that I'm not that kind of a girl, but I probably am, whatever that means. Read into that what you will. Anyway, so I didn't know any of the background on the author or anything. I've not seen her show, whatever. I just picked it because I like the title. There you have it. So it talks about kind of being a young person growing up as a woman and whatnot, and kind of the antics and things that you go through. And some of them are extremely funny. So some of the stories that she tells are really funny, of, you know, sort of awkward one-night stands and trying to get a grown-up job and what that looks like and figuring out who you are and going to college, and everybody tries their stint at being a vegetarian or a vegan for a little while. And I can appreciate some of those stories, and they were really funny. I guess my criticism of the book is it is very long. It's 262 pages, and I feel like it could have been half the length and still gotten the point across, because there's not really too much structure to the book. It's sort of, it doesn't go in chronological order. It doesn't, there are topics, sort of, you know, like there's love and sex, body, friendship, work, big picture. But the stories within them are not necessarily related to one another. And so at some point I was tired of reading the book, but I just wanted to finish. And there wasn't really any way of knowing if I would ever get to the end, because the stories weren't really related. And so it wasn't like I wanted to see what happened at the end, because we weren't really ever going to get to the end of her story. It was sort of this compilation of situations from her life. So it wasn't like we were going to get up to present day or anything, because she doesn't really talk about that. She doesn't talk about how she became successful or her process of writing Girls, which all sort of happened before she wrote this book. So maybe she's waiting to write a second book, probably. I don't know. So it was hard to sort of get excited about finishing the book when I didn't, you know, in my opinion, the book kind of ends abruptly, like, oh, all right, that was the last random story. So I don't know. And maybe had I been able to read it all in one go, I wouldn't have gotten bored with it. But because I did have to take a big break in the middle, after the car accident, you know, I kind of lost my interest in it. So that was unfortunate. But I think it could have been a little bit shorter, because the stories were funny, but after a while they became a little bit repetitive. And yeah, I mean, I wonder if she is still the same sort of mixed up person that she portrays herself to be in the book, because I can't believe that she really is, because this kind of talks about her before she became famous, and I'm more curious, like I said, to know how she kind of came out of this kind of mixed up 20-something girl to being the successful, put together person that she is now. Or maybe she's not, but anyway, I don't know. I mean, maybe if you watch Girls and you're a huge fan and you know more about her, you could kind of relate to maybe some of her characters or whatnot. But for me, I just found it to be a little bit too long, and a little bit disjointed. So I don't know. I'm over it. But yeah, so I had to just make a video because this book took me so long to read, and I'm glad that I finished it, and now I can kind of just move on with my life. So the book that I am currently reading is Louisa's Sprinkle of Glitter book, and I'm about halfway done with that one, and it is so. Stay tuned for my thoughts on that. But yes, I hope you all are having a great day, and let me know what you're reading. Bye!